Hey y'all, welcome back to episode 10 of the So Wavy podcast. I am your host, Danny, and y'all, I have not talked to y'all in like 2 weeks at this point. Yeah, I did not end up posting last week, y'all. I was sick, like real bad, and I did not want to come on camera, but I was going to record an audio episode for y'all. But then, like my voice and stuff, and I just felt so bad. So I got y'all though. So I am going to do a regular episode as well as a bonus episode. So it should literally be out the day after this one. So this you'll hear the audio on Wednesday, and then you'll hear the bonus episode on Thursday, the regular episode on Wednesday. Both of the visuals for episode 10 and the bonus episode will be posted on my YouTube channel by Thursday. Um so if you are interested in looking at the visual for all of my episodes thus far, you can head over to Denny Price TV on YouTube and you'll find some more content there as well. And y'all, I have not got an Instagram or anything yet, but I'm working on y'all. I have a lot of things in the works right now. Y'all have a lot going on. But we'll get to that. But make sure you are following or subscribed to the podcast on whatever podcast platform you're listening to me on. And y'all, yeah, let's get into it. So we have a lot to touch on today. This is a very music heavy episode. I told y'all I haven't really 100% nailed down like what I want to cover on this podcast and how I want it to flow. So we're just kind of trying, you know, the different topics that I'm interested in. But music is definitely going to be included some way somehow. So I don't know if this is going to end up being like a fully music podcast or what, but this is another heavy music episode and I have a lot to touch on, y'all. So we're gonna get started with some of the tours that have been going on, y'all. So it looks like 2024 is like the year of the tours because everybody and their mama is going on tour, y'all. Like so many people are on tour this year and it's like it's crazy. I don't think I've ever seen so many people be on tour like in 1 year. I know some people toured a lot last year too, but this year it's like announcement after announcement after announcement. So we have Offset, so he is on his tour right now. Have y'all seen Offset on tour? Are you interested in seeing Offset on tour? What do you think? I've seen clips from his tour and it looks okay. It looks like he is doing from what I look from the clip I saw, they're smaller, a little bit smaller venues. Um, but hey, this is his first solo tour. Y'all know he is was a part of the group Migos. So this is his first time going on tour by himself. So yeah, comment below on the video, on the visual. Or in the little question box if you're a Spotify listener. I have a question up there for you guys. You guys can respond to that and put whatever comments in there. Um, but yeah, so how do y'all feel about Offset being on tour? So with Offset being on tour, we have so many other people, like I said, that are on tour. So JT from the City Girls made her tour announcement for her solo tour, and she was getting clowned online about this tour because I believe most of her dates are like club, lounge, like appearances, and some of it's like smaller venues or whatever. And some people were like clowning her, and I don't feel like people should be clowning her to an extent, but I can get why people are saying some of the comments because I think what happens is some of these artists get boosted up so fast and they have all these accolades and they're regarded in such a way. But like I was telling y'all in the couple episodes back about fan bases and stuff like that, like some of these artists really do not have true fan bases. Therefore, some of the sales they do and all the other stuff and all the accolades that they get, sometimes that doesn't equal sold out tours and arenas and stuff. And for JT, since she is kind of doing her own thing right now, and it's not a City Girls tour, it is a JT tour, and she is taking the time out to really truly build her fan base. She said this on like an Instagram live about building her fan base and connecting with her fans. And I think the smaller, more intimate shows will help that because people that truly love JT and love her music and just love her in general will come and support her, and that's a way for her to build up her fans. Like I said, y'all, these artists do not have real fan bases like y'all might think. Like the sales and stuff is one thing, the streaming is another thing, but people genuinely wanting to buy your stuff, like not just your music, but coming to your concerts, buying tour tickets, buying merch, all of that stuff. And I think JT is doing it the right way. Like, she acknowledged, like, she's building her fan base. I really think that is admirable of her, but I can see why people would think so. But that's why I was saying, like, y'all, it is so important for these artists to build these genuine fan bases, because only your true supporters are going to buy your tickets and stuff every time. You're gonna have people that like casually listen to you, or they do like you and they do support you, but it's not enough for them to support you in concert. Like, it's just it's so much that goes into it. But I'm rooting for JT. I like what she's been doing so far, honestly. Like, she's really taking her time and, putting out her music, building her fan base, staying to herself, doing her, like, really focusing on the task at hand, and I can definitely appreciate that. Um, so another female rapper that has announced a tour is Megan the Stallion. So she announced her tour. She didn't do any dates or anything. She just basically did like the cities, and on it said like mid May, and it's like the Hot Girl Summer Tour. So yeah, are y'all interested in going to Megan the Stallion's tour? And I also saw today that Cardi B was talking on Station Head about going on a tour this year as well. So everybody's going on tour, y'all. So yeah, Megan doesn't have any dates yet. Like I said, Offset is currently on tour. JT is ready to go. Her tickets and stuff released, I think, a few days ago. Megan has just only announced the cities, but no venues or no dates yet. And then we go into Chris Brown. So Chris Brown, he announced his tour a while back, but his tickets and stuff have been on sale, y'all. I really love Chris Brown. Yeah, like, we talked about him in a couple episodes back. So yeah, he always is gonna put on a show for y'all. So yeah, are y'all going to see Chris Brown? I want to go see Chris Brown, but y'all, it's like so many concerts that are like coming. So many things I want to do and see. I cannot go see everybody, and yeah, but I really do want to see Chris Brown. Um, so yeah, people were talking about his tour and his tickets and stuff. So I think he'll do pretty. He seems to always do pretty good on tour. Like, Chris Brown has a true fan base, y'all, for sure. He been in this game for a very long time. He had people that still support him, even though he might have lost some of his supporters along the way. He definitely does have people still supporting him. So shout out to Chris Brown. All right, another tour announcement, y'all. Bryson Tiller just announced his tour today, like the day I'm recording this, and I'm going to that one for sure. For sure. I already talked about it, y'all. Like, I'm going to it. Like, I'm gonna try my best to go to it. I think the tickets going to sell Friday for where I'm at. Well, all the tickets going to sell, but for the one I'm at, I'm really interested in going, so I'm gonna try to get tickets to go to that. So it's like a world tour. So let me go to his Instagram to tell y'all like where he's going, but he's going like the normal places that everybody goes to in the United States. But it said world tour, but I didn't even look to see where he was going. But he just announced it today, and we're gonna get into his album announcement, his singles, and all that stuff later on in the episode. Okay, so he's going to Europe, and then he is bringing it to the States. So he's going to, let's see. Yeah, so he already been on tour in Europe, which I think I saw that him like being on stage performing. But he's coming to, Philadelphia, DC, New York, Raleigh, Nashville, like all the places. So shout out to Bryson Tiller, y'all. We talked about Bryson Tiller in the other episodes about his single Whatever She Wants, and I really enjoyed that. And we'll get into his album and everything later. So yeah, y'all, it's tour after tour after tour. Yeah, I know Tyla was supposed to go on tour as well, but she ended up canceling hers because of like an injury or something. But people got some tea and stuff to say about that too, y'all. But yeah. But yeah, so it's like this year we talked about like our predictions for music, like I think the first episode of the podcast when I started. People are putting music out, like they putting it out. Like, I will say that, like, everybody, like I said, everybody and their mama is going on tour. everybody and mama is putting out music. Like, it's so many albums coming out, so much music to consume, which also makes the music business a little bit more competitive because everybody wants to release this year. So we're gonna see who's gonna be the top dogs at the end of it. But yeah, so far those are the only tour announcements that I can remember that I wrote down on here. But I'm sure some other people will be making more tour announcements this year. So yeah. So now we're gonna get into Nicki Minaj. So she is currently on her tour already. But she's basically turned touring like most of the year, to be honest with you. And she's doing a world tour, so she is on her US leg of the tour. Um she got a lot of shows, y'all. And people will try to comfort her and say her shows was not sold out. And they in fact are selling out. I think they said like 95% of her US, was it her US? Or was it all of her tours was like sold out? So that's pretty good. Like, I don't think people are underestimating how hard it is and how difficult it is to sell out arenas. Like, that's not everybody can do that. Selling tour tickets, period. Like, that's a pretty big deal, honestly. Like, and I feel like people just take it for granted. Like, consumers take that for granted and try to make that, like, put that against the artist. Like, you'll be surprised some of your favorite artists that you think is like the greatest on the top of the top cannot sell out arenas. They can't even sell out freaking smaller venues. So for her to be selling out as much as she has, that's pretty good. And it was like not some controversy, but I just saw some people like talking about her and um her Rolling Loud performance, which I saw some of the live stream of that because I wanted to like see. So I saw a bit of it before they cut it off, and then I watched it on TikTok on somebody's live. She did pretty good, but you can tell she was like a little off. But then she like tweeted like after that she was like sick and stuff, and then that kind of caused her to cancel her show. I think it was last night in New Orleans, and people were upset about it, which I can understand. But some people was like bashing her, and they was like, "Oh, she's really not sick," and all this stuff. And I'm just like, you can be upset about your tickets and like about your stuff being like canceled and all that good stuff because I get it because you paid your money, but people are like bashing her. So I just think that that is crazy. Like, it's just crazy. People's like, oh, she's really not sick and all this. I'm like, y'all don't understand how much it takes to do a tour and to do it. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. But the it was postponed, not canceled. So she's supposed to make up the date for that. So we'll see what comes of that. I have to look to see what her next date is. But like I said, she's booked, like she's doing a world tour, so she's going everywhere, the US, different festivals and stuff. Like, it's a lot. So shout out to her. And speaking of Nicki Minaj, her Pink Friday nails dropped last Friday, y'all. I have a lot, like, I'm trying to condense everything that happened in the last week and a half into one episode because I missed last week. So some of this stuff is probably like a week old, but y'all get it. So yeah, her Pink Friday nails dropped, and if I remember, I will put it on the screen so y'all can see. And I really like them. I am a press on nail girly. I don't really go get my nails done like I used to anymore, y'all. It's just kind of like motherhood, and then like when COVID hit, I just kind of stopped. I used to be like getting my nails done heavily, but now I just kind of put them on occasionally when I feel like it. I do want to get like better at self care and pamper myself, but I'm a mom as well, y'all. And if you're a mom out there, y'all know how hard it is sometimes to really just take care of you. But I am a press on nail girly, and I like press on nails. I low key like collect them, low key, and have them for like forever. And even if I wear them or don't wear them, but her nails were pretty affordable, honestly, because I have a pair of press on nails that I got from a brand, and it was like $15-$16. So like I'm used to them being, you know, up there a bit because you could get press on nails for like $5. Like, I have some $5 ones, but they have like some that's like $22. But hers were very affordable. Like, the cheapest pair I saw was I think $20, which is pretty good. And like the highest pair was like, not pair, but set. Almost a pair. Set was like maybe $60, but she had like different like accent nails. She has different sizes and everything. So I really think that this brand is gonna work for her. A lot of people are into press on nails, and the good thing about this is her nail tech, I think, design like all of these. So these are they're supposed to be really like uh durable and like really good. So we'll see. I think I'm gonna try to get a pair and see what they're all about. But yeah, she out here making moves. Period. So y'all go check out that. Like I said, if you're a visual listener slash watcher, you'll see that on the screen if I remember. But yeah, shout out to Nikki. All right, so getting into some new music, y'all. The girlies have been dropping y'all in the means. So we're gonna get into a bunch of new music, and I'll give you kind of like my takes on each of the songs that I listened to and all that so far, and all that stuff. That's all that so far. All right. So first we have Hallie with her new single "In Your Hands," and I think she previewed this single a while back because I heard it on TikTok. So when it came out, I was like, "Oh, I know this. This is familiar." As y'all know, what Chloe released at this point maybe 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. So now we get new music from Hallie, and like I always say over here, like the So Wavy Pod, us over here, me over here, we love the Bailey sisters. Like I just think that they are so talented, and I feel like they should get more recognition and more just everything than they do get, because they are extremely talented. Like I don't think people realize how talented they are. Like they write, they can sing, obviously. Chloe like produces. They can play instruments. Like that is a next level of talent that a lot of people do not have. Not a lot of your favorite artists have that. So for them to be that talented, it's just amazing to me, and I really love them. Like I support literally everything that they do. Like I said, I think they said that they are gonna do another Chloe and Halle joint project, which I think that's where they strive more together. Even though I love them solo and I like their perspective musics and I like just them in general, I think they just do a lot better together. Them together is just amazing, but I can understand why they want to do their solo stuff. Like you don't want to always, and they're siblings too, so it's like there's just another layer of, you want to do your own thing. Like if y'all like have brothers and sisters, y'all know like you don't want to do everything with your sibling, but they just strive together. But they they do fine solo as well, but it's like something is not connecting for people, and it's like it's more so with Chloe than it is Hallie, but also Hallie too. Like something is not connecting with the general public and the people for them to really like grasp it. Like I said, they do a lot better together. So I do hope um they are still doing their like joint project together. I would think it'd be really, really dope, especially since they've been kind of apart doing their own things. But shout out to Hallie. Like I said, they're super talented. I love, everything that they do, and I just like them. Like they're sisters. They're different individuals, because people always try to like pit them against each other or try to compare them, but they're different individuals. Like that's Chloe and that's Hallie, and hey, I love them. Like I don't care what I say. They're super talented. I love them. So shout out to Hallie. So if you haven't got a chance to listen to Hallie's new song "In Your Hands," you should go listen to it. I believe if I'm saying that title right. But it was a video to it, but I did not end up looking at the video. I gotta do better at my music videos, y'all. I be slacking sometimes. Like I don't be looking at the video sometimes. A lot of the times, actually. Yeah, In Your Hands. So shout out to Hallie. So another girly that dropped is Flo Millie. She dropped her album Fine Ho Stay. And she dropped that album, and they announced and dropped, because it's a part of the album, the remix of Never Lose Me featuring SZA and Cardi. So first I'm gonna talk about the album, and then I'm gonna talk about the single. So for me, I when Flo Milli first started kind of like get some buzz and some popularity. I didn't really listen to her much, and I still don't really listen to her a ton. Um, but I do like her, and I think she's just fun. Like, I just like her, and Never Lose Me is like one of my like favorite songs from her. And then she has another one that I listen to a lot. Let me see if I can tell y'all, find that and tell y'all what song that is. But yeah, so she released that. Let me see. Cause it's one song that I really like from her. But for me, I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the biggest Flo Milli fan and I know all her music and this and this. She kind of had to grow on me though for sure, because at first I was like, I don't know if I'm into that or into her. But the song I like from, where is it? Um Oh, okay. So it is from her first album. It says, "Ho, why is you here?" And it is not friendly. That's like the song I really like. Besides, "Never Lose Me." So she released the album. I have not got to listen to her album. Like I told y'all, I just told y'all, like I'm not the biggest Flo Milli listener. I do like a couple of her songs. But she has really grown, and Never Lose Me was on Billboard. I think it's still on there, I think, maybe. But that was kind of like her breakout hit, her first Billboard hit. So she did the remix featuring SZA and Cardi. I think they were like teasing the remix featuring SZA, but everybody did not know Cardi was going to be on it. So when it came out that Cardi was going to be on it, you had mixed feelings. Some people feel like that Never Lose Me should have not had a remix, and they was like, every song does not need a remix. And then people were saying remixes just don't hit like they used to back in the day. So I'm just gonna give y'all my opinions and my takes, and I really want to build this podcast on making sure that I tell y'all my authentic, real views on stuff, and I try not to be like biased or anything, like, because I can tell y'all it's some music from my favorite artists that I just really don't like personally, or I just that I just not feeling, and there's music from artists that I don't necessarily regularly listen to, but I like a couple of their songs. So I'm gonna be real with y'all and tell y'all I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna be really blunt with it. So one, I agree with people when they say that everything does not bring a remix, right? Because back in my day, when you had a remix, the remix really hit. Like a lot of times back in the day, the remix was better than the original. But it's like these days when artists do remixes, they don't hit the same, like, and it sounds the same. It don't sound remixy. Like I come from an era like when you're a remix, sometimes the beat change with the remix, like everything. I can just give like so many examples, like the Walk It Out remix. The Walk It Out remix, I think, had like T Pain and like, is it 100,000 in the Walk It Out remix? But like the remixes hit. Like there's so many remixes of songs back in the days in 2000s, 2010s that really was hitting. Like you would be like, oh my gosh, okay, like you like the remix better than the original. But these days, it's not quite the same. Most of the time, the remixes they sound they sound exactly like the original, and it doesn't really bring anything different to the table. And sometimes it just falls flat, and remixes just don't do well this day and age. I haven't seen a remix to a song that's done better than the original. So, or that sounds good or people perceive good. So with this one, I saw a lot of mixed reviews on it. Some people was like, yes, like they loved it. It was the best. Some people was like, they just felt like it was unnecessary. It shouldn't have been done. So for me, I feel like it did not need a remix personally, but I know when it comes to the business side and you're trying to boost your song, boost your album, you're getting these big features from these big artists. So I get it to a certain extent, but I think artists and artists' teams need to think a little bit more when they do certain things, in the timing and when they do it and all this stuff, because there's a lot of new music being released and there's a lot of people releasing every week. And you gotta be strategic sometimes when you release certain things, like when you release it, who you put on it, and whatnot. So I don't even think it needed a remix in general. I think the song by itself stood alone and people gravitated and liked it. I think when you add scissors to something, yes, it's gonna boost it, but some people are not in the business of some if they're SZA fans or Cardi fans, they're gonna love the song because their fave is on the song. So they're gonna be like, of course. Some people that are just music consumers, like myself, like I told you, I'm not a super fan of anybody in particular. I do have artists that I like like a lot more than others. But as far as super fans, like I'm not gonna just go listen to something just because somebody's on it. Sometimes I will. It depends on who it is, or But that is not enough to sell me. Like I still want the music to be good as well. So I think SZA's part was okay. It was SZA. She do SZA stuff, so it's SZA. SZA is like on fire right now. Like so, of course. Put her on there, yes. And Cardi too. She's another big name, but I just did not like the remix personally. The whole thing, like, and then sometimes, with remixes too, like the original artist might even change their verse, add a new verse or something. Like it was just like Flo Milli's regular part that was already on there, and then you just had a SZA part and a Cardi part. And to me, like it just didn't sound good to me as far as like cohesiveness altogether, because I just don't know, and I didn't have any expectations on this because I was like, oh, let me just see what it sounds like. But I did not care for it. I don't think it was horrible or anything like that, but I just did not care for it in that way. It was a little awkward to me. I think adding Cardi on it. I think so. My theory is that SZA was supposed to be on it anyway, but y'all know she already had a "Never Lose Me" remix with Little Yachty and Little Baby, I believe, or maybe it was Little Yachty. Because if you go to Apple Music and use her singles, like she has like the original, she has the remix, and then she has like a slow version or instrumental or something, or maybe it's Little Baby. I don't know, y'all. But so she's already had like remixes to this song, and those other remixes didn't really do anything. Like the original is really what's standing. So like I said, that's why I didn't think that this particular song needed a remix. I heard somebody say that they feel like if she wanted a SZA or a Cardi collab, like she should have collabed on another song with them, and it probably would have done better, or you just been better, or sounded better. And I would have to agree. So I don't really care for the song that much. I probably won't listen to the remix again, but I really do like the song itself. But that's just my opinion. So yeah. So but shout out to Flo Mid. Like I said, she's really been like growing and stuff. So I'm interested to see kind of, where she goes, what she does. I am gonna listen to her album at some point, y'all. There's so much new music, it's just crazy. So I'll listen to that and see what she doing on there. Like I said, I like some of her songs, y'all. So yeah. So next we have Cardi B. So she released her new song called Enough Miami. And y'all know who well, my weeks is off, y'all. But she just released another song a couple weeks ago called Like What Freestyle. And that did like number 38 on the charts. And this one is set to go, I think, top 20. I think maybe 15, if I'm not mistaken. So this song did have a video with it. Um, and basically it was just a video of her, and she just was like in different outfits, behind like a white background and different outfits, or whatever. So the video looked good. Y'all know Cardi does really great with visuals, and her outfits look good. Ow. Oh my, y'all hear my knee pop, Lord. But yeah, like I was saying, y'all, she does really great with her visuals and stuff. So you really can't knock her for that. Like the visuals always is given. Like so, she gets her tens for the videos, and in the outfits and stuff. Now, as far as the song, I am not a huge fan of it. I can see how people really like the song because it's like a real club banger, real up tempo, real, whoop, whoop. But for me, it's just okay. It's okay. And I wasn't necessarily wowed or moved to the point where I'm just like, oh, this is the one. So yeah, I think people mix reviews on this. Some people say it sounds dated. Some people say they love it. Um, so yeah, I don't think it was a horrible song or anything like that. It's just not for me, and I have never been a big consumer of Cardi B's music as far as like all her stuff that she's released thus far. Um, but not for me necessarily. But like I said, it's not a bad song, y'all. Like I said, the video is cute. The fashion's cute. And y'all know it's already some drama with her and Bia said she copied her, and it's like so much going on with this. But yeah, like what do y'all think about the single? Do y'all like it? Do y'all think it sounds dated? What do you think? For me, I just think that, which a lot of people have been saying, like I think Cardi needs to come harder because the competition is steep now. There's a lot of people that do stuff similar to Cardi B and that are really popping, like for real, like up there. So it's like it's hard when you get certain spots in the industry or certain things. You have got to keep up with it because there's always going to be new people coming out. There's always going to be something different. There's always going to be a new sound, but you have to be the best at what you do and at your sound. And sometimes, that's hard. That's I mean, it's better. It's easier said than done. So, but I just don't think that, I don't know, y'all. I just think that she could definitely come harder with the songs. I don't think it was bad or anything. I would never like I haven't really heard too many songs that were just horrible. So it was not bad or nothing like that. It's just not necessarily for me on what I regularly like to listen to and consume. And I don't think it's the best of what she could do. Um, but we'll see. Like I said, I wasn't really moved. So it didn't move me. Um, but yeah. So what do y'all think about Cardi's new single Enough? Miami? Do you like it? Do you love it? Do you not like it? What y'all think about the visuals and all that? All right, y'all. Next, we have Sexy Red. So she dropped her song "Get It Sexy." So this song was been on TikTok for a couple of weeks. And it is sampling. I feel like it's A Baby, but somebody was like something about some Soldier Boy, and I was like, it sounds like A Baby to me. So Hurricane Chris, but I have to look into it more. But I think it is. But I like it. I mean, it's regular. I think, or one of the biggest reasons why Sexy Red is doing so well, I think, is because she's reminds everybody of like the 2000 like tens era. So like if you're like an older Gen Z and you're like a millennial, you know what I'm talking about, like that Soldier Boy era, like uh, that that time period. So I think that's why she's like a lot, and then she just the way she does it, and like you can tell she's being herself, and she's authentic. Like authenticity is so important for artists, and I think that's one of the a reason why some artists don't really thrive in certain aspects especially when it comes to building a fan base. Like people want to see your authentic self, and Sexy Red does a really good job of doing that. And she's consistent. She's always dropping music. Like Sexy Red been dropping music since forever, y'all. Like she's dropping music. She's getting a lot of respect from her peers. Like everything, and the song is like going up. Like Sexy Red, she doing it. I don't know what they said about her being on the Billboard next week, what her placement would be, or if she's on there. But I would assume she's on there, y'all. So I really like it. Like her and Glorilla really doing it. They really doing it. They're really doing it. Like I said when I was talking about with Cardi B, like it's a lot of people that's in her niche of rap, the type of stuff that she does. That I think people have more of it to consume now. So it's a little bit hard, like a little bit hard. Like you're competing with other people, even though you're here, and some other people might be, just starting out. But that's why I said you have to keep it going. That consistency is going to be the thing that separates people that are good and people that are great. Consistency in the obviously the quality of the product, but consistency. You know, how consistent are you? What do like? What are you doing? Yada yada. So I think Sexy Red is just really doing it in all categories, honestly, and why she's so successful like she is. Like, I have never seen her be not herself. Like, every time I see her, every performance, every outfit, everywhere she goes, she is herself. And people respect that because there's not a lot of people that are authentic and that are themselves anymore. So, shout out to Sexy Red. I do like that song. Like I said, it's got a nostalgic feeling to it. So I think that's really why it's connecting. It's really connecting for people. I also Party Next Door also released some music. Um, he is releasing an album, I think. I believe so. I don't know when it's supposed to come out, but he is releasing an album, I think. Uh, and yeah, so the single that he released was called Real Woman, and I got a chance to listen to it, and I like it. It's cool. Um, it reminds me of Young Thug for some reason, and that kind of threw me off a little bit because I used to listen to a lot of Party Next Door. I think do I have? Yeah, he's right here on the wall, y'all. If y'all can see. So I used to listen to a lot of Party Next Door, y'all. Um, and I really like him. My favorite song by him is "Recognize." Like, that's my all-time favorite song by him, and "Her Way." It's my favorite song. So I love Party Next Door, y'all. But I haven't listened to him in a very long time, y'all. Like, I'm doing a video on my YouTube channel, so if you're not subscribed or you don't know that I have a YouTube channel, I have two actually, but this one I'm referring to is Denny Price TV, where you can watch the visual of this episode. But I also post other music related content on there. But I am doing a video of me going through my old SoundCloud. So I'm gonna log into my SoundCloud and go through and like look at the music and stuff that I was listening to like in the 2010s. Um and in yeah, the 2010s. Things all from 2010s. But Party Next Door is definitely in here. But I really like him. The song was good. It was cool. I want to hear like the other songs. I did listen to couple of his other songs, called Resentment and uh, is it Her Old Friend or Her Old? Hold on, let me look it up. But those were released a while ago, I believe. Um, but I like Resentment out of all of them. Um, personally, so yeah. Yeah, so the one that he just released is called Real Woman. He had another song called Resentment, and then another one called Her Old Friend. So I think Resentment and Her Old Friends were already out. So Resentment is my favorite. I like that one better than the Real Woman song. But I wrote in my notes that it reminds me of Young Thug for some reason. Like, y'all have to go listen to it and see what I'm talking about. So go listen to Party Next Door, Real Woman, because it reminds me so much of Young Thug. Like, I can hear Young Thug being featured on this song, but it's like Party Next Door sound like Young Thug, and it's weird to say that, but y'all might get what I'm saying if you listen to the song. So y'all go listen to Party Next Door, Real Woman, and come back and tell me if y'all think that he sounds like Young Thug, or it sounds like Young Thug can be featured on it. Like, I'm convinced. Um, so yeah, like I said, out of the songs that like they have it listed as like a EP, but it says like Real Woman single. Like, it's I don't know, y'all know Apple Music be messing up, but Resentment from Party Next Door is like a song of his newer stuff that I really like more than Real Woman, but the song was cool. All right, y'all. I'm trying to get through this because we already almost 40 minutes in. So going to somebody else I used to listen to, Bryson Tiller. So Bryson Tiller made an album announcement today. His album is coming out April 5th. And I already told y'all he announced his tour as well. And he did release a new song called Calypso. And I liked it a lot, y'all. Like, Bryson Tiller is making his comeback, y'all. I told y'all the Whatever She Wants single, really, really good. Like that one. Talked about that one a couple weeks ago. But the Calypso song I really like. And I told y'all I'm trying to go see him. So if I go see him, I'll come back and tell the pod what it was like. We'll talk about it. But yeah, I really like Calypso, and so far the album has 3 songs on it. It's Calypso, Whatever She Wants, as is featured as like a bonus track, and then his song Outside. The song Outside released I think 2 years ago or like last year. But I listened to it and I like that one too. So I'm excited to see, the other hear the other songs on this album. And yeah, y'all, Bryson Tiller's making a comeback. If y'all know, y'all had to be there when I was in college. Bryson Tiller was it, y'all. Like, he was it. Like, everybody listens to Bryson Tiller like real bad. So I really, really, really am excited about his album. Um, so yeah, y'all, it seems like it's a lot of like I said, it's a lot of artists releasing this year. Like, you got your girls that's releasing, you got your Cardis, you got your Flo Millis, you got your Megans. They're all releasing this year, but you got the men's coming back too. You got your Party Next Door, you got your Bryson Tiller. Y'all know Future is releasing a joint album with Metro Boomin that's coming, and a lot of new stuff coming. So I'm excited. Just as a music fan, I'm excited to just consume all the new music. And whatnot. Alright, y'all. So next we have Doechii and JT. So there was a clip going around of Doechii and JT's new song. I think it's called Alter Ego or something like that. That's supposed to be coming out. I heard like a little snippet of it. I can't really make a decision if I like it or not because I need to hear the whole thing. But I do think a Doechii and a JT collab would be cool. And I think the video for it would be amazing because they're both like edgy and like just cool. Like, I just like their style, so I think their styles and stuff will mesh. Doechii is really, really talented. But yeah, and really, really creative, and JT is like super, super creative as well. So I'm interested to see how that's gonna sound and how that would look. So we'll see when that comes out. Then we have Beyonce, y'all. So as I'm recording this, as of today, she kind of released like a statement of how the like why she came with the title for her album coming up. But y'all can go to her Instagram and her stuff to read all that. But she just was basically just explaining like how it came about and whatever. She said it's not a country album, it's a Beyonce album, yada yada. But it is coming out March 29th, and the title for that one is called Cowboy Carter. And she released a couple, probably maybe a week ago now, the track list, the alleged track list. Y'all know these things be changing and they don't be true, but she has a song on there that is called, I forgot what it's called, but it's like a title, and then it says in parentheses it says Jolene. So people are suspecting that she's sampling Jolene by Dolly Parton, and yeah, because y'all know Dolly Parton do not let people sample Jolene like that. You ain't never heard that. Cause it was that girl on TikTok that sampled it. But I think she got like hit with like a little like I say just damn. Cause I ain't heard it since. So that'll be interesting. I want to see how this is gonna sound and how it's gonna be. Um, like I said, I'm not a huge country music consumer, but there are some country songs that I like. I just heard a song with K Michelle and some guy, I don't know his name. I just saw like a snippet of the video on Facebook, and I like that. I need to go find it. It was like a love song. I like that. I'm like, okay, I like this. But yeah, so I'm gonna see how this is going to sound, y'all. I don't have any expectations or nothing like that because, like I said, I'm not a big country music consumer, so I don't know. So we'll see how it sounds. It's Beyonce, so you know. So yeah, so we're definitely gonna be talking about that when that comes out, March 29th. And I also forgot to mention, I think I might have, but Tyler's album is supposed to come out March 22nd. So we definitely will talk about that one next week. So yeah. All right, y'all. Out of the music stuff, and just to kind of wrap up the rest of this episode, because like I said, y'all, it's been a while since I've been on here. I got a lot to talk about. So y'all, they have announced that they are doing another spinoff of Power that is going to focus on young Ghost and young Tommy, and people are super super excited about this. my bonus episode is going to be all about the Power Universe. So if you have not listened to it, if you listen to this Wednesday, it'll be out tomorrow. Or I might really, yeah, it'll be out the next day. But um if it's been a while and you're just catching up, go listen to my bonus episode where I talk about the whole Power Universe, my unpopular opinions, my predictions, and all of that. So people are really, really excited about that. So I'll get into more of my opinion on that in the bonus episode. But literally this, I think the next day, then it was announced that the Ghost Power Book 2 season, this next season that's coming out, season 3, will be their last. So the one, the spinoff with Tariq, them, it's supposed to be that's their last season of season 3. And there was a lot of talk behind why it ended, and the actors coming out, well, Michael Rainey coming out and saying that he didn't even know, and all that good stuff. Like I said, all the power talk is going to be in that bonus episode. So please go check it out if you're a huge Power fan, Power Universe fan. So yeah, so now that we know that, we're getting another power spinoff with Young Ghost and Tommy, that Power Book 2 is basically done. And I think the first part of the season is supposed to come out June 7th, and the second part, second September something. So I'm not sure if they're doing like just one big episode, like a part 1 and a part 2, or if they're doing like seasons, like episodes, a couple episodes, taking a break, and then another couple episodes to end it. I don't know. But since all that talk, people have been talking about BMF this season, so I kind of want to get my review on the season so far and whatnot. So basically, BMF is on season 3 right now, and they actually recently got renewed for season 4. So people were talking about how can BMF get renewed and not Power Book 2, which I'm going to talk about that in the next episode. But for me, people are saying that BMF reminds them of Tubi and the acting is trash. Now, I will say, the acting is not trash. There are some actors on there in some scenes and some stuff that's maybe not the best of the best, but it's still a good show, y'all. And don't come for Tubi like that, because Tubi got some good stuff. So, but so far for me, I've only watched one episode, y'all. Like I told you, I was sick last week, and it just been last. I think they're on episode 3. I think 4 is supposed to come out this week, or maybe I don't know. I didn't miss a couple of weeks, but I'm gonna catch up. But the season opener was pretty good. Y'all know it had social media jumping, social media talking. So I'm really want to see how they're gonna take this season. Y'all know they have a lot of people featured in this season. So Neo is in this season, 2 Chainz is in this season, and they were on the first episode. And you know what? Neo did a really good job, because I was a little skeptical about all these people. I was like, okay, but I believe Neo acted before in something else I remember watching like a long time ago. So he did pretty good for his character. And you know what? 2 Chainz did really good too, y'all. Like, I don't think he's acted before this that I know of, but he's did really, really good. I will give him his 10s for that. Like, it was a little awkward because we know it's 2 Chainz and you see him and but he did what he needed to do. But I have not got to the episode of Lil Baby. I think that one just came out like last week. And Tweety's supposed to be on there, and I think that's it. I think that's all they teased. Um, Maybe. Yeah. So we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna try to catch up, y'all. Not this weekend because I'm busy. Maybe next weekend I'll catch up on it. But yeah, y'all. Like I said, I'm doing a whole video on the Power Universe, so go watch that bonus episode if you're interested in the Power Universe. And yeah. So y'all, that is all I have for this episode, y'all. I've been on here for almost an hour, y'all. It's so much to cover, so much to talk about. I'm just so excited as a music lover that all this music is being released. Like, I'm just a music person. I just love music in general. I don't really care. Obviously I have a preferred genre, but I listen to a lot of different music and a lot of different stuff. I probably will share more of that on the podcast, and on my YouTube channel, like the different songs that I like. But yeah, that's all I have for this episode. Like always, y'all make sure y'all are following the podcast, subscribe to the podcast, so you can know every time a new episode drops. Also, if you are a visual person and you want to see the visual of this podcast, make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel, Danny Price TV, as well. On there, you'll find the podcast and you'll find other content that I make on there. I'm working on a lot of new content now, but I do have a series on there called You Gotta Listen, and it's just giving you music suggestions from music that I feel like you need to add to your playlist. And I recently just created a new playlist, y'all, for the series on Apple Music. You can go find it. It's You Gotta Listen. I think I call it You Gotta Listen series playlist or something like that. And I will link it on my YouTube channel. And then once I set up my profiles, I will link it on there too for the podcast. So y'all can go check it out. I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on, y'all. And, I'm thinking about having some guests on the podcast as well. Just to come talk about all things in music and all of that. But I appreciate all the people that have been listening and supporting me thus far. We might be few in number, y'all. But when we get up there, we're going to get up there. So I really appreciate all y'all support, all y'all listens, all of the comments on my videos, on my shorts, my YouTube shorts, all that good stuff. So yeah, y'all, I will, talk to y'all next week.